A popular food pickup app is reducing food waste across the country. All that and more on today's Common Good, presented by Honda. Hey y'all, and welcome to Common Good. I'm Luria Freeman. On today's episode of Common Good, we cover a one-of-its-kind food pickup app that's reducing food waste in collaboration with participating restaurants.
Too Good To Go is the world's #1 app for surplus food. So you can download it, it's free for iOS or Android, and once you open it up, you're gonna see a little map feature. If you live in the 12 cities where we currently operate, expanding very quickly, you'll see all sorts of food shops on there, from grocery stores to local mom and pop shops, sushi, pizza, really anyone who handles food on a day-to-day basis. All of those businesses typically have some surplus. And what you're doing is you're going and picking up that extra food in what we call a surprise bag for a third of the price. Surprise bags range all over the map. So you could get a dozen bagels, you could get 3 pints of gelato, you could get loaves of bread, cups of soup, sandwiches. We work with a lot of supermarket partners where maybe you'll get ingredients. So you could get zucchini and bananas and a rotisserie chicken. It really is genuinely a surprise. And we see such a great reaction to that surprise.
In the US, about 40% of food goes to waste. Too Good To Go has made it its mission to combat food waste since 2016.
So if food waste were a country, it would actually be the third largest emitter of greenhouse gases after the US and China, totaling about 10% of greenhouse gas emissions overall. Food waste is a massive issue, needless to say, and that's not even talking about the resources that go into producing that food. So about 25% of global freshwater is actually used to produce food that's never even eaten. When you have an issue that is that massive in scale, we really wanted to take a positive angle and a really solution-oriented angle and create a solution that's fun and it's easy and it's delicious. Every surprise bag you pick up is actually the CO2 equivalent to charging a smartphone 422 times. We've been in the US for almost 2 years, so we've expanded really, really quickly, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive, I have to say. So we now, every second, actually save 2 meals. And so that really adds up to a ton of CO2, a ton of impact, and a ton of dollars going back into the pockets of local businesses and consumers saving some money. I think the impact we're seeing is immense, and the partners really love it. Rather than throwing that food away that they put so much love and energy into, they now put it in a surprise bag, they see it go into a smiling customer's hands. A lot of the time it's actually a new customer who has never been to that business before, and we save that CO2. Food waste isn't a part of our cultural consciousness. We go into a supermarket and we expect that great lineup of rotisserie chickens, baguettes, baked goods. And we expect that as the last customer of the day as much as the first. And so I think the way that Too Good To Go is really impacting communities is to start thinking about it as well and have these conversations with your local shops, in your local online groups, community groups. So really anyone can participate with Too Good To Go. And that's our goal, is really to get it in the hands of as many people as possible, and everyone can appreciate that win-win-win together.
Our See Good, Do Good challenge this week is to use your leftovers creatively. After all, whether big or small, one act of common good can change the world. That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Common Good, presented by Honda.